This is Dr. Mariah White, host of Your Life Matters. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Make your faith larger than your fears and your dreams bigger than your doubts. Sharma. Hello, welcome back to Choose to Rise. I'm so grateful that you're here with me today. Today we're going to be talking about fear and worry and how you can try to reduce the amount of fear that you have in your life. Why? Because fear becomes the blocking point for you. The fears you don't face become your limits, and the doubts you don't deal with become your walls. And pretty soon you're going to start finding yourself in a tiny little box of fear and worry, or sitting on a rocking chair going back and back and back and forth, back and forth, and never going anywhere because all you're doing is worrying about it. The issue of fear and worry are like two demons that keep us small in one of the biggest ways possible. And everything falls apart in the global economy. If this COVID thing happens and everyone dies, or if is the key word in this situation. If we let our fear take over our lives, if we let our doubts take over our situations, you really deserve to shatter your doubts and conquer those fears that prevent you from doing what you're wanting to do. You really should let those walls fall down. Let that pain and that discomfort and all of those things disappear, because when you let the fear win, you are losing out on life. And so today I want to share with you about how you can spend the best days of your life living the life and not spending the best hours of your days worrying about what probably won't even happen. So I want to share with you some tips and some strategies today, some 6 things that you can do to overcome your fear and anxiety, and how you can really start to live the life that God designed you for. And how Sharma puts it is, make your faith larger than your fears and your dreams bigger than your doubts. So how do you do that? Well, number 1, learn more about your fear. The first step can be the hardest one, but it's absolutely the one that's the most necessary, right? Learning about the fear. What is causing you to fear? What does that fear even mean? Is it even a truth? Is it something that you even really have to worry about? Does it have a probability of actually happening, right? So like with this whole COVID thing, right? It is a very secretive kind of virus. Like nobody sometimes even knows if they have it. You can pass it without even knowing. There's so many people that are asymptomatic, like 70% of people in the world that have it don't even know. And so there's a lot of fear around it. But, I was thinking about this morning, and maybe you guys can totally correct me if I'm wrong and whatever, but I was thinking about this morning, we get in a car every single day and drive around and don't know if we're going to get a car accident. Yes, we take lots of safety measures in order to make sure that we don't get into a car accident, but we really have no idea if we're ever going to get into a car accident. Nobody plans on that, right? Well, we can take all these safety measures of wearing masks and staying 6 feet apart and washing our hands all the time and doing all the things that we're supposed to, but it still might happen. And we can definitely try to keep ourselves apart and try to figure out a new normal, but it still might happen. And being afraid of it isn't going to make it not happen as much, right? Having tons of worry about it isn't going to make it happen not as much. So instead of letting your imagination, this is step 2, instead of letting your imagination go into the dark, deep depths of the worriness, I want you to use your imagination in a positive way. How can you show up in this world in a positive stance? How can you show up and let your imagination take you to beautiful places instead of a pit of worry and despair and fear of what could, should, might happen if I go here, do that, see this person, right? So number 3 is use your brain in a different way than usual. I want you to think about the positive situation that could happen. The could happens of the good things, not the could happens of the negative things. I want to use your brain to be thinking about finding the evidence that is going to support the positive situation in the end and what you really want to have happen. Because what you focus on, you create more of. And so when you focus on all the negative things that are happening in life, that's all that you're going to see that's happening around you. But that's when you focus on all the negative things, you're really missing out on all the beautiful things that are happening in life. So I would encourage you to use your brain differently. I would encourage you to use your imagination in a positive way. I would encourage you to focus on the positive things in life and where you want to go, not necessarily where you're at the moment. Number 4, focus on your breathing. Now, this one is just really more of like overcoming the fear and anxiety that it's happening in the moment, but like focus on your breathing, focus on your mindfulness, focus on what you can control. Use the things in your life that are going to be able to help you calm down, help you kind of touch back with reality and what it is that you actually have control over. I have zero control over this virus. I have zero control over the people around me in this virus. What I have control over is myself. What I have control over is how I'm responding to the situation. Do I need to get all anxious and fearful of this situation? No, because it's going to spark fear and all the things in my kids and the other people around me. Fear spreads fear, love spreads love, calm spreads calm. Just think clearly about what's going on and staying out of that fear space. Use your brain to find the positive evidence. Use your thoughts and mind and focus to create the reality that you want to have in your life. We don't have control over this whole COVID thing. We don't have control over what's going to happen in the future and how things are going to necessarily work in this world. But you can make your faith larger than your fears and your dreams bigger than your doubts by focusing on the positive things in life, by letting go of the things you can't control and really allowing yourself to dream bigger and look for the positive in life. I can't control what other people are doing, but I can't let fear and anxiety control me either. So I get to control me. I get to control my thoughts. And when I do that, I can live in a more positive, healthy, positive focused position in life. And I can respectfully disagree with anyone who feels differently in this situation, but I'm just not going to let fear overrun my life. I know where I'm going if I happen to leave this world. If I get hit by a bus tomorrow, if I get COVID and pass away, if I live to the age of 99 and then live whatever and kind of life, whatever it might be, I know where I'm going. And that's I don't need to live life here on earth. Would I be sad if my family members passed away? Would I be sad to leave my family members behind? Yeah, probably. Would they be sad if I were gone? Probably. But I know where I'm going, and I'm not afraid of the things that are here on this earth. That's just where it is. That's where it is for me. And so if you agree with that, give me an amen, right? But if you are struggling right now, you need to also understand and remember that you are loved, you are cared for, and this world is a temporary stop on our path to heaven on the future. So use the time that you have here on this earth in the most positive way. Don't let yourself sit in fear and doubt and worry and stew. Don't try to hold yourself into this little box where you put fear builds your walls and doubts build your ceiling. Like, be who you are supposed to be. Live the life you're supposed to live and go out and do that proudly and happily and go live life. All right, guys, have a fabulous Monday. I'm so grateful that you're tuning in live and that you are listening in here on Monday. Go make this day an amazing day without fear. Let go of the things that are holding you back and go love one another. Have a great day, and I'll see you back here next time.